Let's face it, the xenomorphs from Aliens are less space bugs and more nightmares dipped in acid and wrapped in nightmare sauce. H.R. Giger didn't just design a monster, he designed the biological equivalent of your antivirus software having a panic attack. But while most of us were hiding behind the sofa watching Ripley torch them into oblivion, Prometheus and Alien Covenant whispered something deeper, that maybe, just maybe, these creatures weren't bred, they became. So here's a spicy theory to chew on between facehugger attacks. Xenomorphs aren't a species, they're a biological phenomenon. Think of them not as a life form, but as a universal tumor, a form of self-aware cancer that grows, mutates, and evolves with terrifying efficiency. They're less aliens from another planet and more evolution's dark mode. They don't just kill, they repurpose biology itself. But before we let this theory chest burst wide open, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, drop a comment with your most disturbing fan theory, and if you're feeling brave, join the channel as a member for exclusive content. Trust us, it helps more than acid-proof armor in a xenomorph nursery. Now, back to the horror show. So, cancer in humans hijacks cellular instructions and mutates at breakneck speed. Xenomorphs do the same, but on a species-wide level. One face hug and boom, new morphology. Dog host, quad-legged runner. Human host, classic bipedal terror. Engineer host, turbocharged nightmare fuel. This isn't reproduction, it's a hostile takeover. They're not growing a population, they're evolving a portfolio. And like a cancer, they don't stop. They infiltrate, adapt, and spread until nothing living remains, and then they keep going. Their acid blood, maybe it's a byproduct of their hyperreactive cell structure designed not just to kill, but to prevent containment. Think biohazard with legs. Forget Darwin's slow and steady model, xenomorphs are evolution on Wi-Fi. Every implantation is like a biological software update. Genetic material becomes training data, the resulting creature, a living, optimized weapon customized for its environment. They're like ChatGPT, but instead of answering your questions, they rip your spine out and absorb your genome for good measure. They learn by becoming. Resistant to cold? Boom. Next-gen Xeno laughs in vacuum. Need a queen to manage the hive? Give it an ant colony's DNA and suddenly there's a biological monarchy laying eggs like Easter on steroids. They're an AI virus that runs on chromosomes. When xenomorphs reproduce, it's not just gross, it's genius. Facehuggers act like a parasitic wasp. Queens rule like termite royalty, spores mimic fungi, each method borrowed, tested, perfected. They don't just evolve, they curate the best of nature's worst. It's a living bioweapons R&D lab, and the scariest part, no two colonies are the same. They're designed to adapt based on available host biology, like cancer metastasizing into bone, blood, and brain. Wherever they land, they use the local code to rewrite the rules. Solo Xenos are stealth assassins, but give them numbers and a queen, and suddenly you've got coordinated strikes, strategic ambushes, and death coming from the floorboards. That's not just instinct, that's distributed intelligence. Think of it like cancer again. A single tumor learns how to resist treatment, then it spreads that data across the body. In Xenos, the hive becomes a shared biological memory, not passed through language, passed through DNA. Culture is optional when your genetics came preloaded with tactics. Xenomorphs don't fit in food chains, they don't prey, they replace. They're immune to heat, cold, radiation, vacuum, even bullets only make them angrier and more acidic. You can't tame them, train them, or contain them. They're the embodiment of unchecked entropy, the anti-balance, the end of systems. Like cancer, their goal isn't survival, it's proliferation. They don't want peace, they want expansion. The destruction of ecosystems isn't a byproduct, it's the point. They are the biological equivalent of universal decay, like feeding on life with no off switch. So maybe xenomorphs aren't monsters. Maybe they're a message, a warning written in acid and bone. This is what happens when evolution sheds empathy, balance, and purpose. They are not creatures, they are consequences, the dark mirror held up to intelligent design showing what life looks like when their only goal is more life, at any cost. They are not the universe's apex predators. They are its final diagnosis.